Do you think that this is an election that's coming down to issues or candidates? Because it's really fascinating. I think when you talk to voters in New York, you're either a Mamdani voter or I think more so the Cuomo, Sliwa, and then formerly Adams voters are more interchangeable. I mean, that's really fascinating considering Sliwa is the Republican. What is this coming down to? The candidates or the issues?
That's a great question. I do think that the candidates really, really matter here, but the issues do as well. So we've seen Mamdani has really attached himself to affordability, whether it's housing, groceries, etc. Affordability is sort of his main point. Cuomo has done a bit of the same. Sliwa maybe a little bit less so. He's always sort of been on this crime ticket, so to speak. And we do see that New York voters rank the economy and housing affordability as top issues citywide. When you look at the national picture, so when you ask voters, what you think the most important issue is in the U.S., we see threats to democracy is their top issue. So, I think that there's also that element of, voting for Mamdani might be a vote against Trump, whereas you can't necessarily say that for Cuomo. We have seen him at odds with Trump previously, but that has not been the dynamic in this race. So I think that these candidates and the issues are so intertwined that it's even hard to separate it at this point.
And when you're looking at this race, as well as New Jersey's gubernatorial race, this is an off-year election. I mean, how much is that going to impact the race? Because I know you said that the New Jersey race will come down to turnout.
Yeah, and I think that it's especially important to look at turnout in New York because New Yorkers are not used to having a competitive general election. And so I don't know what turnout will look like on election day because this is sort of the first time in many years that New York City has had this sort of election. So based on the primary turnout, we would expect that it'll be pretty sizable and that there will be a significant youth component of the vote. But I know that we haven't necessarily seen that in the early voting data. So there are quite a few unknowns here. But that said, I don't think that it makes the race more competitive. I do think it will be interesting for future races, especially in New York City. But I do think in both cases, in New York City and in New Jersey, we're going to see record levels of voting and interest for an off-year election.